Skrilla's track, Doo-Doo 6-7, exploded on social media, taking over every feed like a storm.
Worship Satan.
Fuck no, fuck no though. But I like when they talk, you know what I'm saying? They got their own little question mark on my head for real about that shit though, for real though. But I just let them think what they want to think though. Cause I'm like a unorthodox person for real, cause of that type.
Like
You influence him?
everybody, like, that's my man. Like, we went song for song. He gave me a verse. I owe him a verse right now. I owe Skrilla a verse right now. I'm gonna get that done soon, but I owe Skrilla a verse or whatever, but he been saying 6-7. Like, he got a song with G Herbo saying that shit and all. Like, he been saying that shit.
People kept shouting 6-7 so much that some schools even told students to stop using the phrase. But this trend isn't just some catchy moment online. Today, we're digging into the spiritual beliefs, mysterious rituals, and chilling stories hiding behind the track and the viral chant. 6-7 hit TikTok with insane energy and turned Skrilla into one of the most talked about rappers almost instantly. But most people repeating 6-7 have no idea about the strange and intense story behind the song. Skrilla follows a belief system called Santeria, and he's been speaking for years about spiritual rituals, blessings, and protections that he believes can keep danger away. Skrilla even brought a YouTuber named Brenda Buckingham to his godfather's place so they could talk about the different spiritual figures they respect. He said, "Yeah, let's do it. Here you go, my godfather right here," while showing the spot on camera. According to some sources, 6-7 is tied to two spiritual figures named Ogun and Yamaya, who Skrilla believes look out for him. Skrilla also raps about other spiritual names on tracks like Stashbox, saying, "Tap that button, go erase some bro. Smoking ops, he got laced blunts. Haven't talked to my Orisha till my day come. I know Aegon resurrect me, ain't nothing." And on the track Words from Oshun, he rapped, "Bitch, I ain't scare the shit. Bitch, I'm the weatherman. I make it snow like Jeezy. Bitch, if I'm going to die, then I'm gonna die, huh? Because I know Oshun not a lot." And on his track Shoestrings, Skrilla talks again about spiritual rituals, saying he has convos every once a while, and Iden makes him sacrifices, kill a goat, wash away the sins. Having talkings with Baba Lao, he telling me I'm going to live a while. Some sources claim that Skrilla performs 6-7 like a ritual meant to protect him and unsettle rivals, and people online even think anyone repeating it might join in without knowing. Most folks only quote 6-7 and don't even know what the full bar really means. Skrilla goes wild on his track when he raps about dropping his rivals, spitting lines like "Shaw Zone, I'm bull with the glasses bro, Sawyer, because see a savage, so many dead ops, so many ashes, you mayn't catch that, I can't pass this, shooter stay straps, I don't need mine bro, put belt right to their bee hunt, the way that switched, I know he dying, 6-7, I just vibe right on the highway." These bars had the internet in shock because the energy sounded way too real. Some people believe Skrilla wants younger fans to repeat 6-7, so they accidentally join a chant without knowing what it means. That's allegedly why he mixed in the Baby Shark line on the same track, saying "Dumb truck, Baby Shark, doo-doo-doo, I pop the park and pop the blue." The combination had people confused and suspicious, and rumors started flying everywhere. There are even claims floating around that Skrilla worships dark forces and wants listeners to follow the same path. Skrilla told Brandon Buckingham straight up that he does not worship Satan, but some people swear he's capping and that he's really making people chant 6-7 for something evil. A clip even shows someone saying "person for real" type shit, adding even more fuel to the mystery. The 6-7 wave exploded only weeks after the track dropped. At first, it was just used for funny edits of NBA players on social media, but then a high school athlete named Talon TK Kinney referenced the track in a video where he was rating a Starbucks drink, and the clip went insanely viral. That's when people started calling TK Mr. 6-7, and he even launched his own canned water line called 6-7 Water. So many people started making money off the trend that even washed-up pop stars jumped in to catch some shine from Skrilla's success. Natasha Bedingfield, an older pop singer known for early hits like Pocketful of Sunshine, brought Skrilla out on stage in Philly and had him perform Doo-Doo 6-7. Even Kim Kardashian hopped in on TV and cracked a joke about the phrase. Some people think Skrilla's chant actually worked because he's taking over the music scene fast. But outside the rumors about spiritual stuff, there's also talk about a dangerous gang conflict tied to the track. Some people believe 6-7 references the police radio code 1067, which means someone passed away. The real story behind 6-7 is way different than what most people think, because Skrilla actually took the name from a real Philly crew. In an interview, Skrilla claimed 6-7 was a spot in Philly that some of his young hitters like Duty Baby came from, making the whole thing sound official as ever. Duty Baby has been dropping music here and there, but people mostly know him for Wild Situations, not his tracks. Rumors online say he was putting in heavy work against rival crews, and that he allegedly had issues with a dude named HL Osama, who was part of a crew called CCK. But Duty Baby wasn't really from the actual 6-7 area, and people noticed Skrilla was using his name like a decoy to confuse the real 6-7 crew. The real 6-7 is also known as YSN, and YSNO has been shouting out 6-7 way before Skrilla ever touched it. He dropped a track years ago and rapped, 6767 green light and his brother died. He ain't lying, that can't be me, that nigga pussy, that nigga never slide. Not in them cars, that boy a rookie, 676767. YSNO has been repping that number since forever, and there's been real tension and real danger behind it for years. So after Skrilla's track went viral everywhere, YSNO changed his IG bio to The Real 6-7, making it clear he wasn't playing around. YSN has been beefing with several crews in Southwest Philly, and back in 2022, they lost 2 members in a robbery gone wrong, according to reports. YSN members Penny and Days allegedly tried to backdoor their own homie Bonzo, who reps a crew called 7 Foe. Bonzo reportedly had around $50K in his place, so Penny and Days pulled up trying to take it. Nobody knows the exact play-by-play, but shots started firing fast, and both Penny and Days got hit. When cops arrived, one of them had passed from a head wound, and the other was rushed to the ICU, where he died later that night. Just a couple of weeks after everything went down, Bonzo dropped a track called To Drop and aired it all out, rapping, "Niggas had to drop, thank God they ain't had no motherfucking aim. Slimed 7 days straight, I can't say my brother's fucking name." Even though Penny and Days tried to rob Bonzo, YSN still wanted revenge for their deaths, turning the situation even darker. Bonzo also has ties to a crew named Only the Africans, also known as OTA, and one of his closest friends was an OTA member named Shaq. And by June 2024, that connection pulled even more crews into the chaos, setting the stage for the next round of conflict. Rumors say YSN allegedly pulled up on Shaq in broad daylight and left him on the ground before help could reach him. People online say YSN member Chucky was the one who fired the shot that took Shaq's life. And during the chaos, Shaq's little sister was injured too, which made the situation even more heated up. Word on the streets is OTA put a massive price on Chucky after Shaq passed, and it didn't take long before somebody went after that payout. By June 2024, someone spotted Chucky outside, and he was ambushed and taken out fast. The hit was so serious that sources claim 6 shooters rolled up at once, showing they wanted to make sure the mission wasn't going to fail. People say there was no way Chucky could escape with that many people coming at him at the same time. Rumors also say one of the shooters was a guy from G5 named Jig, who allegedly got paid for being part of the move, but then somebody caught Jig slipping too, and he lost his life shortly after. Nobody knows exactly who the rest of the shooters on the Chucky situation were, but after Jig passed, YSN pretty much confirmed he was involved. Chucky's hit might have been paid for, but the streets think it felt personal because reports say the attackers fired off a long burst from an AK-47. Shaq meant a lot to his crew, and people claim they still have money on the heads of certain YSN members even now. YSN has been taking losses non-stop since 2022. They lost Penny and Days during the attempted backdoor situation, and later that same year, YSN Key passed in a car accident. Key was starting to get some recognition in the rap world before he died, and now YSN Booth is trying to carry the crew forward. His music doesn't pull huge numbers though, and people clown him online because he allegedly got robbed by rivals, which he still has not lived down. Nobody knows why Skrilla decided to take 6-7 and shout it out on his track when the name is tied to all this real street tension. Some folks think he has issues with YSN and is trolling the whole crew by using their number. But when YSNU did an interview with Philly First 48 in May 2025, he actually showed love and shouted Skrilla out. YSNU said he was originally supposed to be on Skrilla's 6-7 track, but he claimed he was out of town buying a house and couldn't make it to the studio. When he explained everything, he made it sound like it was supposed to be a major link-up, but something about the whole situation still feels strange. What really throws people off is that Skrilla has never shouted YSN out, not once. Even when he talked about the real 6-7 block in Philly, he didn't mention YSN at all. Instead, he kept saying his homie Duty Baby was from that area, even though everybody in the city already knew that was capped. Skrilla could have put YSN on for real if he wanted, and no one knows why he keeps dodging them like that. Some folks claim Skrilla isn't truly tapped into street politics and doesn't know about all the beef tied to the name, but that's not true either. YBC Doo-Wop became one of the most talked about drill artists in the city because he was calling out rivals non-stop. And Skrilla was locked in with Doo-Wop way before the rest of the city even knew who he was. Skrilla even introduced Doo-Wop to Brandon Buckingham during their interview. Skrilla really grew up around heavy struggle in Kensington, one of the roughest areas in Philly. He spent his early years around the environment watching the street life up close. He played sports for a while, but later stepped away and focused on making money.